I got his personal email, he even agreed with it, and it says Democrats, and I'm not pointing you out, Republicans.
Sounds like it.
No, well, I apologize then, okay?
No, that's okay.
What I'm saying
I like
is,
to know.
they gotta do more on pensions and so on and so forth, and the healthcare costs that are going through the roof for governmental employees, okay? And my only question to that regard is that, do you know what percentage that is for retirees and so on and so forth? Of that 10 million, for instance, for the police, okay? Because that really has to be addressed. It's got to somehow shift, to what the private sector is experiencing, okay? And that means maybe them contributing more for their things, some extension from retiring or collecting at age 50 or 55 to 62 and so on and so forth. Something has to be done about that issue, otherwise, let alone the government, we're gonna go broke on issues like that. And
You've bundled a lot of things up there, because number one, the police, the active officers out there have their own retirement, okay? Now, the council funds that retirement, but they actually have their own retirement. Now, the retirement for others are PERF, or, public employees is what it is. So, and that's what was cut 3% this year. But what they failed to mention, when they cut the same night, they cut 3%, and that was put on there, and like I said, Ms. Stevenson there, she's a teacher, we're teachers, I'm a teacher. You work for things and you might give up one, some might work for 4. You give up some things for others, it's a give and take. So what happened a few years ago, back in the 80s, they took that 3% on their PERF and didn't take raises, didn't get raises. I shouldn't say didn't, of course you're in there and you get one. So that 3% was on there in lieu of things a long time ago. The same meeting, the county council took away the employees 3%, they gave raises to the auditor's office employees. Now you tell me how smart that is. That's what we deal with. They gave raises. Now I'm real passionate to our highwaymen out there, real passionate. Because when that tornado went through, what few people want to say is they had all the roads completely open, both lanes, in 24 hours. They had them all open, one lane, in 12 hours. But you don't hear that. Our men were out there working as hard as they can to do it. And we had about 4 men that had houses either destroyed or almost destroyed while that was happening. So they've taken it hard. They gave up one day. He's already said that. They gave up 1 day a week back. I feel like I'm in the hospital now. They gave up 1 day a week so that there would be enough money in the highway department budget so that they can work. And at one time, right now we've got, 35 men total with all the bosses. One time there were 90. One time there were 90. Back years ago when they had federal revenue sharing and stuff like that, there were 90 men. Now what's happened, and he said the same thing, there were retirements. That's what's happened. We had retirements go through there, things like that. So, yeah, there's been things that we haven't replaced, man, as we do it. And it'll show up a little bit. It's going to show up when the snows come. Last year we were lucky, didn't have snows. Do we do other things? Yeah.
Right, but again, my question, let me rephrase it then.
Okay.
Or state it a little clearer, because I know I'm not clear, and I'm not a teacher, so you have to pay attention.
Did you pay attention?
I'm a student, right? I don't know what the retirement age, because I really haven't followed county politics. I've had my hands full with what goes on in Clarksville. And what I'm asking is, what time are they allowed to collect retirement in the county? Is it 50, 55? If it's less than 62, it should be extended to what is basically Social Security and the rest of us put up.
That's by state law. It's called PERF. Okay? PERF sets it up where the rule of 85, much like teachers, is TERF. Okay, Teachers Retirement Fund. That's public education or public employees fund. Okay, so TERF, Teachers Retirement or PERF's the same. It's called the rule of 85. You have 20 years and you're 50, or 20 years or 30 years of service, and you're 55. You got the rule of 85.
That's state law.
That's state law. Yeah. Well, it's a state, and that's good for all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you're here in Scottsburg and Lake County or
what about the healthcare costs?
Healthcare costs right now, and that's a good question. I'm gonna get to you, Barbara.
Well, no, because it relates to that.
Okay. Healthcare costs probably costing the county between $2.5 million our bills, and they do put some in. Now, we've gone this year already, now we're going to self-insure, trying to hold our costs down. If they take a lower plan with more, you might have more risk, or not more risk,
Right,
but
but
you
what I'm
have.
asking is for the people that are retiring, can they collect their health care at 55 too? If they retire?
No, well, healthcare, they gotta have healthcare. No, they,
No.
no, they do not have county healthcare when they retire from the county.
Okay.
Right now, county retirees get $250 a month towards their, when they retire, towards their health insurance.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, they have to go out and buy their own, and you're seeing this in a lot of things.
Well, thank you. I gotta
Over
go.
65.
I might rethink my position.
Well, don't run out of here, John, that's what my
I
kids,
gotta go. I got no choice. Thanks, guy.
you're gonna go
Thanks,
catch your
all of
money,
you.
I know what you're doing, John. Good to see you, it's always good, John stays educated, that's what I like about him, you stay educated. You keep up with things,
If he
John.
lived over in Clarksville and knew what went on, and I'm gonna tell you something, I asked for help for a couple candidates, Democratic candidates, they are so insular, they said, no, we just work for Clarksville.
Well, John, I'll tell you what, I was gonna help you, because you were there by the, see, now, I told you I picked up my own signs, you were picking up some signs for county council person, there in the front of the Hill Road Station, fire station, back in the spring.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you point out a sign, I said, hey, put that back. You didn't even look, just kind of gave a dirty look, like, I don't know who's talking to. It was me, John, I was kidding with you.
Well, I was trying to be incognito.